everybody, and welcome back into Scotiabank Arena for the final time this season as the Toronto Maple Leafs host the Boston Bruins here. It is the Winter Classic game, long awaited by all fans in attendance here this afternoon and anyone tuning in here today. Auston Matthews to take the face-off here, and he'll win it back for Toronto. Carlo Nylander setting it into the Boston zone. We just got started. Winter Classic here. Here's a chance for Matthews. He just chipped that wide. And it's given away to Lindholm. Bruins turn the other way. Marchand. Here comes Boston in over the Toronto line, going to the net. Marchand from behind. Looking. Takes the hit by Matthews, but gets the puck back. Centered in front and a good block. Rebound, point blank. Wall made the stop. Good early look for the Bruins. Another shot. Tip. Scores! The Bruins strike first. It's Charlie McAvoy on the tip, I believe. And Boston has an early 1-0 lead. Look at this, just keep it in, and no, this is going to go clean in the net. Wall gets most of it, but not all of it, and in the net it goes to give Boston the early lead. Just the way you want to start this game if you're the Boston Bruins. Wall gets most of it, but it sneaks between his armpit and the mitt and gives Boston the 1-0 lead. For the Leafs, not the way you want to start to close the season for these fans in attendance. You know you're not making the playoffs, so the least you can do is win here today, and you're down 1-0 early. Here comes Marchand inside, trying to center that. It's taken back by Michelli. Leafs send it around their own end, picked up Carlo. It's Morgan Rielly with it now. Here's Rielly, carries to the middle of the ice, has Nylander with him. Rielly holds on, goes to the net. He stopped, good save made. Matthews with it. Circles the net, but didn't take a shot. He'll pin it along the boards, kick it down for Nylander. Nylander kept it in play. Matthews going to the net. And Swayman has that tight against the right post. Still hold on. Just past 6 gone here in the first period. Bruins on the board first. McAvoy with his second of the season. And just the way Boston wanted to start here tonight. Draw one back, Leafs have it. Carlo centers that across to Rielly. Leafs do keep it in. They'll break to the net. It's Rielly. Backhander. Tried to go high. It went wide of the net. Tavares with it. Fed it in front. There was Domi. He missed it. The Bruins 11-3-1 on the year. Toronto 8-7. Leafs missing the playoffs. Even if they win here today, they'll miss by 1 game. Here's Morgan Rielly. Sent ahead to Max Domi. Has it again. He'll bring it in. Domi to the net. Waits. Shoots. Kicked out. Another big save. And is that going to be a penalty? No. No penalty on the play. Just a face-off outside the Boston line. Here's the draw. One back picked up by Tannen. Off the boards, he'll send ahead for Järnkrok. Leafs in again, shooting it. And another save made by Swayman. He's been tested early here. He's been seeing everything, but still, that shot's on net as that one just slid wide. Järnkrok trying to hold on to it. Battle along the board. Zacha picks it up, and here come the Bruins. DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk through center. In over the Toronto line. Going to the net is Van Riemsdyk. Couldn't get the shot. Looked at the official. He centers in front. What a save by Wall. Wide open net, and he got the pad over. Here's Jake McCabe into the rush. Drops it in front. Nicey trying to go between his legs, and it's stopped by Swayman. Frederick in over the Toronto line. Goes right to the net. Fires it. Save made by Wall. McCabe. Here's Nicholas Waugh for Lawton. Leafs up the right side, stepping in. Scotty Lawton. He stopped, and it's behind Swayman. Kept in, though. Leafs pressuring. Here's Waugh. Swayman has it right to the chest, and he covers. The Leafs have looked good in this first period, but it's the Bruins who have the lead. It came early. Charlie McAvoy. And we stay 1-0 up to this point. Leafs have all the shots, but the Bruins have the only goal, and Toronto, you could definitely argue, has looked like the better team. Forbert to Poitras, and here come the Bruins, 2-on-1. Geekie, he has Frederick to the net. That shot wide. Wall didn't have to do much, sent around the boards. The Leafs will try to clear. Joshua does do that. Forbert has it again for Boston. Here's Forbert through the middle of the ice now. Wait, it's Poitras. Winding and shooting in the save made by Wall. Cleared off the boards, not out. Leafs need the clear. Here's Boquist right on. Save made by Wall. In the corner, back to the point, it's Pastrnak. That shot blocked and into the corner it went. Bruins, one last chance, 5 seconds. Pastrnak is blocked one more time, and that will end the first here tonight. 1-0 Boston after 1 in the Winter Classic. Shots a goal in the game are 9-6 Toronto, but it's 1-0 Boston after one. The hits are 4 aside, faceoffs 3-2, no power plays, 1-0 Bruins after one. Welcome into period 2 here tonight from Scotiabank Arena. The Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs take it to a winter classic here today. Bruins with the 1-0 lead in this game. McAvoy has the goal. He has the puck. He'll center for Lindholm. Now up on the left wing, Pasternak tried to move it through the middle, but Morgan Riley read that, and he'll send it back into Boston zone. Michelli chasing that down, but Lindholm won that battle. McAvoy, Nylander tried to keep it in. He just about did. Now the Bruins the other way. It's McAvoy. Here he comes in over the Toronto line. Goes right to the net. Centers the shot. It's Pasternak. He stopped. Rebound, Marchand. And that one's stopped by Wall. Down low, another look. Marchand shoots. Save made again by Wall. Leafs pick it up. Need to get it out of their zone. Nylander ahead. Here's William Nylander. Has Austin Matthews. Centers it. He just missed. Has it again. Nylander goes for a spin. Looks for a shooting lane. Got one. It's blocked away by Swayman. Matthews back to Domi. Domi holding on to it. Domi moving in. Domi waiting. Now he shoots. And the save made by Swayman. Here's Pasternak. He'll go the other way for Boston. In over the Toronto line. Breaking to the goal. Centering it. Coyle stopped by Wall. Almost halfway. 1-0 Bruins. Matthews sends it across. It's Domi. Domi looks. Centers in. That's Yarncroke putting it to the net. But Swayman came across. He read that well. Shots basically even. It's still 1-0 Boston. We're almost halfway through the Winter Classic. Here's the draw to the right side of the Boston net. One back by the Maple Leafs. Tanev. Here's McCabe. Jake McCabe steps in. Shoots. Scores! Jake McCabe lets it fly just behind the right circle. And the Leafs tie the game at 1. So Jake McCabe gets his second of the season, and the Maple Leafs tie it up here just before the halfway mark against the Boston Bruins in this Winter Classic. Face off the center, taken one back by the Bruins, Shattenkirk, and Boston right back to the attack. Shattenkirk centers, DeBrusk in front, stopped by Wall. Leafs grab it again, Tanev to Yarncroke, sending it back in the Boston zone. Around the boards it goes, picked up, and that gets past everyone and back into the Maple Leaf end. Jake McCabe will try to play it out. Sent that around. It found the Bruins, though. Here's Aka in front. And that chance was golden, but they couldn't finish on it. Here's Max Domi. Back in for the Leafs. Wine shoots. Save made. Rebound. It's in the paint. And the Bruins netminder was out of position, but could not. Or wasn't in trouble, but now they score! Left alone in front was Max Domi. The save was made. He was sitting at the left post. Taps it home. And Toronto has their first lead of the game. 2-1. So the Maple Leafs, who are trailing 1-0 for the longest time, now find themselves in front by 1, just past the halfway mark here in this one. We hope you're enjoying it. It's the Leafs and the Bruins Winter Classic. Here's Grzelcyk. He'll bring it inside, down the right side. Going to the net centers. Here's Van Riemsdyk, and a big save made by Wall. Kept in by the Bruins. Van Riemsdyk again, shooting it right on. Wall has that. Bouncer in the paint. They try to find it. They score! And just like that, we're tied again. Jake DeBrusk cleans up the garbage in front of the Maple Leaf net. And it's 2-2. Nice goal for Jake DeBrusk, just staying on the play, and he's going to tie things up moments after the Leafs grab their first lead of the night. Here's Grzelcyk with it now. Leafs pressure for it. Grzelcyk sent ahead. That finds Geekie. Morgan Geekie trying to get it to the net. He'll feed it. Point draw. That slides wide of Joseph Wall. In behind the net, the Bruins have it. Here's Shattenkirk to Geekie. Down low. The shot blocked, and Lawton takes off. Breakaway. Scotty Lawton scores! They get the lead again! It's a 3-goal second for Toronto. Lawton has his 4th of the year, and it's 3-2. So the Maple Leafs take the lead with 3:08 remaining here in the second period. Here comes the face-off. One back controlled by Poitras. Bruins bring it in down the right side into the Maple Leaf zone. There's a quick shot. It's blocked in front of Wall. Geekie putting it to the goal. He's stopped by Wall. Leafs grab it. Riley off to Joshua. Sending into the Boston zone. Rung around the far boards. Picked up by Lindholm now. And the Bruins come the other way. Last minute of the play here in the second period. There's a shot that almost beat Wall. It bounces in the crease. Wide open. And the Bruins can't put it in. And then a shot blocked, and it goes up into the seating with just 8 seconds remaining here in the second. What a chance for the Bruins here, right in the slot. Big save by Wall. This bounces off the end boards and right back on his back. It's going to bounce out front, but the Bruins can't clean it up. They whack away but miss about 3 times before it comes back to the point. Another shot comes, and that goes out of play. Here's McAvoy firing it right on. The save made by Wall. Leafs just trying to get out of the period. They'll do just that. We're through 2 in the Winter Classic. It's the Maple Leafs 3. The Boston Bruins 2. After 2. Shots on goal in the game are 18-17 Boston, but Toronto has the goal edge 3-2. Hits are 7-4 Leafs. Faceoffs 8-4 Bruins. No power plays in the game. We head to the third. 3-2 Toronto. Welcome into period 3 here tonight from Scotiabank Arena in the Winter Classic game. It is the Leafs and the Boston Bruins as the faceoff taken, one back by McAvoy. Just started the third. Giveaway to Matthews. He had Michelli ahead, but the feed failed. Here's Nylander back inside, whining, shooting it. Walker saves Swayman. Matthews back to Michelli. Michelli looks for Matthews. The pass missed him. Here's McAvoy to it again. To Lindholm. Sent ahead, that finds Marchand. And he was trapped inside the line. Now pass back, given away, breakaway, Charlie Coyle to tie the game. He's stopped by Wall. Biggest save of the night to keep the Leafs up by 1. Michelli. Leafs the other way inside. They drop it to the point. No one was there though. Pastrnak. Bruins have it. Left side. Centering pass turned over to Matthews. He'll feed it up on the right side from Michelli. In, shooting it. Kicked up by Swayman. Riley. Back to the point that gets past everyone and back down the ice. Wall elects not to play it. It's picked up by Tavares. He just about turned it over. Now Riley gets set up for Yarncroke and sends it back into the Boston zone. Just about 7 gone here in the third period. The Bruins trail by 1. They had a 1-0 lead after 1 and went down 2-1, tied it up, and then the Leafs took the lead back. Moments later, Scott Laughton with his 4th of the year. That's so far the winning goal in this one. Here's Morgan Riley. He'll bring it in down the right side. He has Yarncroke with him. Shoots it to the net. It's blocked in front of Swayman. Job well done by the Bruins. Now another shot. It's Domi. That's stopped. The rebound slides wide. A trip on the play. No call. Here's Tavares. He'll put it to the goal. That's blocked. Tanev fires. And a glove save by Swayman as he'll cover on that. Well, the Leafs less than happy about that no call. Clear takedown in front of the Boston net that could have led to a goal. And the refs let it slide. Face off here. One back picked up by the Bruins. It's Lindholm. In the corner now. In front of his own goal, it's McAvoy. He'll send that ahead to Van Riemsdyk. Turned over to Nyes at the Boston line. Leafs grab it back, and it comes back inside their zone and now back out. McCabe to Nicholas Waugh. In for Laughton. He'll send for Tanev. Tanev gave that away right back in the Leaf zone one more time. 7 to go here, third period. Toronto 3, Boston 2. No scoring here in the third. Here's Matthew Nyes stepping in, shooting it. The save made by Swayman. Rebound in the paint. They look for it. Swayman has it, and he gets control of it and holds on for a face-off. 5:25 left to go. Leafs 3, Bruins 2. Here in the Winter Classic game from Scotiabank Arena. The face-off. One back by the Bruins. The shots here in the third. 6-1 Toronto trying to put this game away. McAvoy. Bruins have it now. It's Morgan Geekie. He'll center for Poitras. In and over the Toronto line. Can't get a shot. Now he'll wind for one and puts it to the net. He stopped it. He scores! Got his own rebound. Joseph Wall couldn't corral the rebound. The Bruins clean it up and tie this game late at 3 apiece. Poitras with his 7th of the season. And just like that, we're even. So for the third time in this game, we are even. As here comes the draw. One back picked up by Lindholm. Bruins with control, sent ahead to Geekie. Gets by the D. Went in for the shot, but it's turned over to Michelli. Here's Riley for Nylander. William Nylander will send it in and around. The Leafs look for reinforcements. Matthews has it. Matthews shoots side of the net. And that finds Swayman. He elects to play it. McAvoy. Out of the zone it comes. Now in over the Toronto line. 2-on-1 point draw. Stopped by Wall. Carlo for Nylander. 30 seconds left. Nylander sends it in. Leafs chase it down. It's Michelli. Man in front. That pass deflected, but it finds Swayman. And a face-off in the Boston zone. 20 seconds to go in the third period. 3-3 from Scotiabank Arena. We hope you're enjoying. Following this will be the final game of the season for the Sarnia Sting. It'll be the Christmas game against the Sudbury Wolves. Here comes Geekie. Riley took that back now. Tavares. Seconds running down. The Leafs send it in. Picked up around the boards and went. Yarncroke taken down. No call. Has it. Feeds it in front. And that one Tavares couldn't finish. Has it again. 2 seconds. That shot's blocked. And we're going to overtime. What an opportunity late, but the puck bounced just wide of the Bruin goal. Matthew Poitras ties it up with his 7th of the season. Shots a goal after 3. The Leafs with 24. The Bruins with 22. Hits are 11-7 Boston. The faceoffs 13-4 Bruins. No power plays. We go to overtime. 3-3. Welcome into overtime here tonight. The Leafs and the Bruins. And they're ready to finish off the season here today. Draw one back by Matthews. Carlo to Nylander. Matthews to win it! Scores! Austin Matthews! Left alone, he breaks in on the backhand and finishes against Swayman to give the Leafs the season-ending win. They'll miss the playoffs, but they get the win for the fans here to end the season. 4-3 in overtime. Big goal here for Austin Matthews. It's a breakdown in the Boston zone, and Nylander's going to feed it across. Matthews left wide open. Forehand, backhand. Swayman can't get the left leg across to the left post in time. And Austin Matthews does put it in the net to win the game here today. 4-3 your final score here tonight in the Winter Classic game between the Leafs and the Bruins. Coming up now, the Sarnia Sting will take on the Sudbury Wolves in their season finale, the Christmas game. We hope to see you there.